Hey everyone, I'm Suresh, and this time I have come up with another set of video tutorials, and we are going to learn about browser or client-side storage. If you wonder that why are we going to learn all these browser-side storage mechanisms, uh, because after all these tutorials, I'm going to share about progressive web app. Progressive web app is one of the cool things that's happening in the web technology world. So we are going to learn progressive web app very soon. Uh, Before that, I thought we should know some of the basic concepts that are being used in a progressive web app. If you wonder what is progressive web app, it's nothing but an application. It's just a web application that uses most of the latest web technologies to give an app like experience to all the users. When I say app like experience, what are those? It's going to be fast, it's going to be reliable, it's going to be secure, it's going to be network independent. So even if there is no network, the user is going to see some base content. So when I say latest technologies, these technologies are web storage, service workers, push notification, and there are a few more. Okay, so we are going to build an app using all these technologies to make it a progressive web app. That we'll see it later. So when I say browser or client-side storage, what I meant was uh, cookies, session storage, local storage, web SQL, IndexedDB, app cache, and service worker related caches. So these all belong to uh, client side. Okay, so we are going to go through each one of these in our tutorials. In this video tutorial, we are going to see about cookies. So what's cookie? How did we come up with this cookie concept? It happened in 1997. So at that time, the web was evolving, and the server client model. When there are more requests coming to the server has no clue about whether those requests are coming from the same user agent or same client or different ones. To solve that problem, Netscape came up with this idea or this concept called cookies. So what is cookie? Cookie is nothing but a piece of information that can be stored on the client side. So what happens if it is stored? Who is going to set that cookie value? The server is going to set the cookie value using set hyphen cookie header. So that is going to be part of the response header. Then the client is going to look at these cookie values, and it's going to store these cookies on the client side with the scope. So when the server tries to set a cookie on the client side, it is going to tell that where to store this cookie and when to serve the cookie back to the server, all these details. Okay, so those things are called scope. So whenever the client makes any request, and if the request falls under the scope, then it's going to serve the stored cookies with that request to the server. Okay, that's how it's going to work. This is how the server is going to set a cookie that can be stored on the client side. Now let's see how it is working in the real world. You can use any server In my for this demo, I'm using a Node.js server, and my client is going to be Chrome Canary. Um, Let me show you what I have got here. So I have I'm going to run two servers in these tutorials, but for now the server one I'm going to run. Mm. What it has, it's just a simple Node.js server, and I'm using Express framework, then cookie parser. There are a lot of other libraries, but I'm using cookie parser to parse the cookie so that I get the cookie in the request and I can log it. Mm. This is the place where I'm going to log if there are any cookies sent by the client to the server. So this log is happening at the server side. So if you come down, I have uh, I'm going to run this server uh, on two ports. So on 3000 it's going to be over HTTP. On 3443 it's going to be over HTTPS. We need these two ports open so that I can show you a demo. Okay, now let me run the server. Server is successfully running. Go here. You can see here I'm able to access the server on port 3000. That's over HTTP. We can access the same over HTTPS as well. Yeah, so both the ports are open and I'm able to access. First, let's get into HTTP. You can check if there are any cookies already existing for this domain. Open up this dev tool. You can go to this application tab. Then on the left hand side you can see all the storage mechanisms available on the browser. Now we are looking at cookies, so click on cookies. You don't see any values over here. And the one more there are so many ways you can check cookies in the browser. The other way is from here, from the network tab. Now this is the request. I told you that the server is going to set the cookie using set hyphen cookie uh, with the response header. We don't see anything over here, and the request also has no cookie header. So that means there is no cookie set so far on this client or on this user agent. Let's set a cookie from the server. So this is how we set headers in Node. I have to restart the server. Now let me refresh this page. So this is the very first refresh after I set the cookie on the server side. Let's see what happened. If you look at the response headers, we can see there is a set cookie header which is set or sent by the server, and request has no cookie header. That means this is the very first time the server is trying to set a cookie on the client side. You can go to this application tab and you can confirm. You can see, yes, there is a value name value pair. So you can see a few other values are also set with this cookie. We haven't specified any other values. So if while setting a cookie, if the client doesn't see a domain, then it would assume that the domain which is trying to set is going to be that value. And if there is no path value set, then it's going to take the root path, which is slash. Then if there is no expires or max age value set, then it's not going to store or persist this cookie for long. It's going to be a session cookie. That means when you close the user agent, it will be erased or it will be gone. Let me yeah, let's go to the server and check the request. So this is the very first request, and when we try to log the cookie value, it is empty, right? I've seen here, right here, it doesn't send any cookie because this is the first time. That's the reason why we have received empty value for the cookies on the server side. Now let me refresh this page again. So this is going to be my second refresh, right? So anything, in the first time the cookie was set, so after that whenever we try to request the same URL, it's going to send the stored cookie with a request. You can see it here clearly, the request header. You can see the request header has a cookie header in it. uh, you can see it over here. uh, the cookie is sent to the server, right? This is how it is going to interact. So cookies were used to maintain the state between the client and the server, to make the stateless protocol to be stateful. Okay, let's add a few more options while setting the cookie. Let me add expires. So the date format is going to be UTC or GMT. Uh, I'm just adding a date which is a future date. Let me save it. Let me restart the server. So now let me refresh this page. Let me go here and let me refresh once again. Oh, it's not set. There is some. I got it. So if you mess up with this options, then it's going to ignore. Okay, so I had a colon instead of equal to sign. That's why it did not work. Let me refresh now. Now you can see that the data set, so this cookie is going to be expired in 2021. Uh, you cannot assume that the cookie is going to stay till 2021. There are scenarios by which the cookies can be removed from the storage. For example, the user can delete the cookie. In that case, it will be removed from the storage, the client-side storage. Uh, the other scenario is that if the storage quota exceeds, then the user agent is going to remove the least recently used cookies from the storage. I just wanted to let you know about this. Uh, Let's see, now we have seen that there is a set cookie header is available, but there is no remove cookie or a delete cookie available on the server side, right? How are we going to delete? It's very simple. We have to just set the expiry date to the past date. Then when the user agent sees that, it's going to remove if the cookie already exists in the user agent. If it doesn't exist, it's going to ignore. Uh, Let me restart. Let's refresh. You see, the cookie is gone. This is how you are going to remove cookie if you would like to remove from the server. There is one more option called a max age. So max age accepts number of seconds. Let me give 20 seconds. Max age is not supported in all the browsers, but if the user agent sees max age, then that is going to take the precedence over expires. Let me refresh. I keep on committing this mistake. Let me refresh now. You can see the cookie is set, and it has added 20 seconds with this. We can check after 20 seconds the cookie would be deleted. Still it is there. Now you can see that the cookie is deleted. Let's see another option called domain. So far we haven't set the domain while setting the cookie, but we can set the domain. So that's called domain equal to, let me set it on demo.example.com. Now let me start my server. I refresh this page. I don't see any cookie. Let me go here and set. See, my response is trying to set the cookie under demo.example.com, but it's not set anywhere. What happens? Because it's ignored. See, it's ignored. You are trying to set a cookie for your subdomain, but you are on example.com. That is not going to work. So you have to get onto your subdomain to set a cookie. I have already set it up, so let me hit this URL. Now I'm hitting the same server, same port, but I'm going through different domain. It's a subdomain. If you look at this, now it is setting. It's the same response we are getting from the server, right? Let's see the cookie is set or not. You can see that the cookie is set under this domain, right? And each request will have this cookie being sent to the server. You can see. So whenever I request anything over this to this domain, demo.example.com, the client is going to add this cookie with this and send it to the server. Now let me do one more thing. Let me change that to example. .com. It works fine because I'm setting the cookie on example.com. Let me go to the HTTPS. You can see that irrespective of the protocol or the port number, the client is going to send the cookie because it is just looking at this domain and the path. The path is, as we have seen, the path is root, right? That's why it is trying to send the cookie to the server. Now, and you should see one more thing, that the cookie is set on port 3000, but I'm able to send cookie over a different port. So that is one of the security concerns. You should be careful about it. uh, so whenever you set cookie on domain, any services that are running on that server on different ports can also access these cookies. Now let me start my other server as well. The server 1, which we have been using so far. This server 2. So this server, the HTTP, it's running on port 4000, HTTPS on 4443. Oh, so this route is not available. Let's see what I have done here. This server script is also almost the same, and you can see it over here. One extra thing which I have added is that the path is going to be like this, static. So this server would only respond to this path. All others will be ignored. That's why we are getting we cannot get slash. If I hit static, then I can see the page served from my second server. And let me open the HTTPS also. HTTPS is going to be on this port. See, so 2 servers are running and 4 ports are open, right? On this port, let's go to HTTP. This is my second server. Refresh. So if you look at this request and response, you don't see any cookie being sent from the client or the cookie being set by the server, right? And refresh again and see it. There's nothing. Let's go to the first server, and I have set the max age to 20 second. Now let me add it to 100 second, and let me restart my first server and go to my first server, hit refresh. You can see the cookies set, and you can see it over here also. It is set for the next 200 seconds. Now let me go to my second server. This is going to be in a different path, right? I'm refreshing it. Oh, now you can see that, right? The cookie is being sent for this path also. This is completely different server. It has a domain name same as the first server. It is running on different port, but when we hit this URL, the client is trying to send the cookie that is created and stored when we requested port 3000, right? Because this is because now we have set only the domain and domain to .example.com. That's why you can access from any domains or subdomains of example.com, as well as any path, because the path we haven't set any path. The path is going to be slash. Now let me do this thing, or let me add a path, and I'm going to set this path to static. Yeah, let me restart. Let me go to my first server, hit. Okay, so I don't see the cookie over here, not even the network panel. So what happens, the cookie is set successfully on the client, but the request will not have it, because while setting the cookie we have set the path as static, but this request belongs to uh, example.com slash. That's it. So the path doesn't match, and the user agent is not going to send the cookie to the server. That's what happening. And now let's go to my other server, which has a path as static. Let me refresh. Let me go here and check. Now you can see it over here. So the cookie is set, and the cookie is accessible only when you hit this path, right? You can see the request would have uh, the cookie that is being set by the other server. They all are in the same domain. That's why you are able to. That's why the user agent is able to send the cookie for this path. Now let's view one more thing here. Let's refresh. You see here something is printed, cookie, then the cookie value. Actually I'm doing this one from JavaScript. Let me show you the script. This is my second server. I'll open that file. If you look at this part, this is the second server's HTML markup, and I'm just console logging the cookie with document.cookie. So the you can access cookies using JavaScript. Uh, this object will have all the cookie information in it. That's what I'm able to access now. That's what printed over here. You see this. So now let's see another option called secure. It means that the cookie should be sent to only over a secured connection. That means HTTPS connection. Let's see how it works. Okay, let me make this HTTP request to the server. You see it is trying to set, but refresh again to see it is not sending the request to this header. This is because of the path, right? Yeah. Let's go to HTTPS or or, or this non-HTTP static path. Refresh here. You don't see the cookie. That means the cookie will not be set if you try to set the cookie using secured flag or HTTP request. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit that same first server but over HTTPS this time. Refresh. You can see the HTTP, it is trying to set the cookie. Actually it is set. It will not serve back. It will not add the cookie in the request header and send it to the server because it's not the path doesn't match. Let's go to this server. Here we have HTTPS as well as static path. You can see the cookie is already set. The request should also have the cookie. Yeah, it has. So this is how you would protect your cookie by sending or by setting over HTTPS connection. There is one more option I would like to show here. That is called HTTP only. So what happens in this option, if you set this option while setting the cookie, only a HTTP request can read this cookie, or the user agent can send this cookie only over HTTP request. It cannot be accessed by any other script. Let me restart the server. Let me refresh and let me go here and check the cookie is added. So the cookie is there in the client-side storage, and I have shown you some time back. I have used JavaScript's document.cookie object to print the cookie value. Right now that becomes empty because while setting the cookie we have used HTTP only option. That's the reason I'm not able to use document.cookie to retrieve cookies from the client-side storage. We have seen all the options that we should know while dealing with cookies. Apart from these, there are some limitations while using cookies, like the cookie value would be, the max value would be 4 KB, and there is a limitation on number of cookies per domain. So there are a few more limitations that you can read the document. I'll just leave the RFC for cookies in my below description. You can just read and understand. I think that's all about cookies. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you again with another video.